Hi. All right, so what we're going to do is unbox the Utilitech 24-inch diameter barrel fan or drum fan. Take a look at it, see what tools you're going to need to put it together, and we'll also turn it on, go through the speeds, check that, and just kind of see what's in the box and what we have here. So let's see what we got. So first, there's a manual here. Kind of zoom in on that. And there's really not a whole lot to it. One thing to note on this fan, it looks like all we're going to need is something to maybe bend a cotter key. That's it. There's no screwdrivers or anything like that. And from looking at the instructions, I'll kind of pivot this around. Let's see if we can see it. Kind of hold that there. We can maybe zoom in on it. All right, so with this, there's really, looks like when I open it up, there's going to be two wheels in here, and we're just going to put the axle of the two together and put the cotter key in, and we're good to go. So it seems pretty simple. So let's go ahead and lay it down here and see what we got in the box. Can get it open. It's fairly heavy. All right. So let's set this here. That's it. So I'm going to set the box there. By the way, one thing I didn't mention is that it is 7,860 CFM, the fan, and it's going to have 2 speeds. So here it is packaged up. It's got this packing on it, protective cardboard on the one side, looks like some on the other. Nothing crazy there. So let's take it. There's the front. Looks like the wheels are rolled up in here. So we'll set this here. All right, so just right out of the box, you can kind of see what you're getting here. There's the front. There's that side. There's the back. Here's the power cord. There's 2 little hooks here to kind of wrap it up when you're not using it. And then here's the switch. It's set to off, level 1, level 2. And then here's the other side. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me get my tape measure. And let's take a quick measure of the base part of it. And let me lift this up. So this is just a packing, cardboard packing, along with these 2. So really, no big need for anything there. So let me grab my tape measure real quick. Okay, so we got the tape measure. Let's look at how far this is across just for the base part. We know the fan's supposed to be 24 inches across, is what it says. The actual outer perimeter of the barrel itself, if I can get it to stay good, is 26 inches. So it's 26 inches if you were trying to fit this in a certain size hole or something like that. Maybe the blade's 24-inch blade, but the outer barrel, the lip here, is 26 inches. And let's look at the widest part of the base. That is about 28.5. So 28.5 inches here. And right now I don't have the wheels on it, so I'll probably wait and measure the height with the wheels on it. And then just look at the thickness. So let's turn here. And that thing, roughly 7.5 inches. So 7.5 inches here across that. And yeah, I need to put the wheels on to get the other measurements so they're a little accurate. But that's really it. All right, so let's go ahead and see what it's going to take to put the wheels on it. So here was the box, or the packaging. And kind of cool here. All right, so we got the one axle that's ready to go. And then this has the, set that here, has the one little cotter key on it, and it's zip tied on here. So you're actually going to need a way to cut this zip tie unless you got pretty strong hands. Yeah, homie ain't gonna do that. So a knife, scissors, whatever, box cutter, and let's cut that. All right, so we cut the zip tie off. So you got a piece of a zip tie, the cotter key, 2 wheels. That's really it for the assembly. And one thing to note here too is that there's a hole here on this side and there's not on that, so it's pretty tough to mess it up. So let's just set it like this, and we'll hold it here. I'm going to turn it that way where you can kind of see it. So what we'll do, let's see here. All right, so there's a screw here. It's going to keep you from pushing the wheel in too far. So probably start this wheel, start that one, and then you probably can't see that real good. I'm going to try to turn it your way, but there's actually a hole right here. So you want to line up the hole. So there's a hole in this axle and a hole in this axle. You're going to need to line them up. And then once you line them up, we'll put the cotter key in here. See, cotter. So you can put it in. Now it looks like it's kind of a thin one, so I'm probably not going to need to do anything with any tools really, but all I'm going to do is bend this with my hand so it can't fall back out of there. So just take and bend that guy. Yeah, it's pretty thin metal, by the way, but it doesn't really need to be much of nothing. You don't mind if you had, well, let's talk about that in a minute, little kids, but you could cover that with tape because it does have a little bit of a sharp edge to it. That could probably get somebody, but you probably don't want little kids with their hands around a fan anyway, come to think of it. Speaking of that, it's, you know, I can get my finger in here, but it doesn't look like, if you had a little hand, you might be able to get it in here. But I'm nowhere near the ability to touch the blade. But again, there's all kind of warning stickers here, or warnings. You know, don't let your kids stick your hands in here and all that good stuff. But all right, so let's measure the height of this thing now that the wheels are on it. Let's go back to that. So earlier we said the distance of this, of the actual barrel. Let's see, with the wheels on it, total height, if you had to like slide it under something, is 30 inches, 30. So it's 30 from the ground up with the wheels on it at its highest point. The handle here, let's just measure that in case someone needed to know that. The handle is about a little less than 4.5 width across here, and the height of it from the drum totals about 3 inches. So 3 inches tall here, a little more than 4.5 or a little less. That's really it. One thing about the fan too is you can pivot it, so you can adjust it to where you want it to blow. There's a nut here, so you could probably tighten that. I bet over time, if you're turning this a whole bunch, it's probably going to get loose and kind of move around where you don't want it, and tighten it here. So let's go ahead and hook it up, and I'll try to see if I can get a decent recording of the audio on the sound of the fan. I don't know that it's crazy quiet. Most fans that have a direct drive motor aren't going to be super quiet just in general versus a belt drive. So let's go ahead and we'll plug this guy in. All right, so let's go ahead and plug this in. Oh, it's got a 3-prong connector. Know that as well, just so you know. We'll turn that on. And I've got a wireless mic right here. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I kick it on one. If you can kind of hear anything. That might be kind of loud. Yep, so that's level 1. And let's put 2. So let me go, I'm on 2, if you can hear me. I'm gonna walk away from it. All right, so I have the fan on level 2 right now. What I'm gonna do is take my tape measure, see how far away I can get from it, and still feel airflow. Currently in the building here, I don't have any residual breeze or anything going on right now. So this could be a good test, at least to kind of feel how far on level 2 you know, its highest setting, what, you know, if you're going to be able to feel it or it might cool you off. So let's go ahead and do that. Notice I tried this earlier. I had to vice grip the tape measure in down to the frame part instead of the fan. It kept turning. So let's do this. So 6 feet, if you can hear me okay. It's blowing pretty good. I don't think I have anything good to kind of put on here to show you. So, little plastic bag, still blowing. So 6 feet, we're pretty good. Let's go 10 feet. Now at 10 feet mark, still not bad. Yeah, still getting pretty good breeze. This would cool you off. Wouldn't be bad at all, you know, if you didn't have anything going on. So 10 feet, still pretty good. So let's go to 13, still feeling it at 13, 14, 15. I still got the breeze at 15. Obviously not as strong as 10, but I feel it. I feel it. Let me stop a minute. I'm feeling something on my legs coming from my door. Hold on. All right, I shut the door because I was getting air come back. All right, so 15, pretty good. I mean, not bad. I'm still feeling the breeze somewhat. Let's go here, still feel a little. We're at 18, I'm still getting it. 19, 20. So I'm 20 feet away from the fan and I can still feel it. I could still feel it 20 feet away. Let's keep going. 22, I got some wind. And 23, 24, still feeling it somewhat. So 24 feet away, it still does pretty good. That I can feel it. All right, so that's it for the Utilitech 24-inch high velocity drum fan. We put it together. Really, one cotter key is all you needed. Put the axle in, everything else was put together. We did some measurements on it, and then I did a distance test, just seeing how far I could feel it. Nothing scientific about it, but went pretty far. Wasn't bad at all on level 2. That's it. So if you have any questions on it or anything like that, put a comment. Be sure to subscribe wherever the subscribe button is, and appreciate it. Thanks.